There is a mistake you are probably making right now, and old money can spot it in under 4 seconds. Not from your car. Not from your watch. From the way you hold a fork, the way you answer a simple question about your job, the way you react the moment something goes wrong. Every single one of these mistakes feels harmless. Every single one of them is a signal. And once you see the list, you will never be able to unsee it in yourself or in anyone else again. There is a very specific kind of silence that happens at old money dinner tables. It is not awkward. It is not cold. It is the silence of people who have already decided you do not belong and have chosen not to tell you. They will not say it out loud. They do not need to. In old money circles, exclusion is never dramatic. It is quiet, it is polite, and it is final. And the terrifying part is that most people never find out which mistake cost them the invitation. Because these mistakes are small. They look like nothing. A comment. A gesture. A tone of voice. But to the people watching, they are unmistakable, and they confirm exactly what old money suspected the moment you walked into the room. You are new. And in their world, new is not exciting. New is a liability. So let's go through the mistakes. Not to shame anyone. To arm you. Because once you understand what actually gives new money away, you will understand something far more valuable, how quiet, restrained power actually behaves when no one is performing for the camera. Mistake number 1. Talking about the price. This is the fastest tell there is. New money mentions cost, constantly, almost involuntarily. What a flight cost. What a table cost. What a renovation cost. It feels like conversation. It is actually confession. Old money was taught from childhood that the price tag is the most vulgar object in any room. Not the object itself, the number attached to it. You can own something extraordinary and never once refer to what it took to acquire it, because the moment you do, you have revealed that the value still impresses you. And if it still impresses you, you have not been rich for very long. This single habit, mentioning cost, is worth more information than a credit score. It tells the room exactly how recently the money arrived. Mistake number 2. Wearing the logo. New money buys the brand and wants the brand to be visible. The monogram, the emblem, the unmistakable pattern that announces itself from across a room. It feels like confidence. It reads as need. Old money buys quality and hides the signature. The cashmere with no label showing. The watch with a face so plain that only someone who already knows what it is would recognize its value. This is not modesty. It is a filtering mechanism. If you can recognize it without the logo, you already belong. If you need the logo to know it is expensive, you do not, and everyone in the room can tell within seconds which category you fall into. Mistake number 3. Overplaying leisure. Golf. Tennis. Sailing. To new money, these are networking events, arenas for closing deals and displaying dominance. Aggressive serves. Loud complaints about a bad lie. Talking business before the 4th hole. Old money is not playing to win. It is watching how you lose. A bad shot, a missed serve, a sudden gust of wind that ruins your position, this is the actual test. Do you complain or do you adjust in silence? Because leisure, in these circles, is not entertainment. It is a 4-hour psychological evaluation, and the scorecard is almost never what determines whether you get invited back. Now here is where it gets more interesting, because the next mistake is the one almost nobody talks about. Mistake number 4. Confusing volume with authority. New money speaks to fill silence. It interrupts to prove engagement. It repeats a story slightly louder if the first telling did not land the way it wanted. Old money treats conversation as something closer to a craft. Interruptions are rare. Silence is not something to be afraid of, it is something to be used. At a table where every seat has occupied the same chair for 20 years, the person who talks the most is very rarely the person with the most influence. Restraint is the actual currency. And the person performing the loudest is, almost without exception, the newest one at the table. Mistake number 5. Donating loudly. This one surprises people. New money gives generously and wants everyone to know it immediately. Large checks. Fast recognition. Naming rights negotiated before the ink is dry. Old money treats philanthropy the way it treats everything else, as long-term positioning rather than a public event. Board seats accumulated over decades. Endowment structured so that influence compounds quietly across generations. A plaque that ages rather than a press release that expires. The difference is not generosity. Both groups give. The difference is whether the giving is designed to be seen or designed to be felt only by the institutions that quietly depend on it for the next 50 years. And this brings us to the mistake that ties every other one together, the mistake underneath all the other mistakes. Mistake number 6. Chasing visibility instead of avoiding it. New money believes that being seen is proof that you have arrived. Every purchase, every trip, every table at every event becomes something to document. Visibility feels like validation. Old money understands something that took generations to learn the hard way: visibility invites volatility. Every appearance is a risk. Every photograph is a liability waiting to happen. So the instinct is not to display, it is to disappear strategically. Attend without posting. Fund without announcing. Exist in a room without needing the room to acknowledge that you were there. This single reversal, chasing attention versus avoiding it, is the root of almost every other mistake on this list. The price mention, the logo, the loud golf game, the visible check, they are all symptoms of the same underlying instinct, the need to be recognized. And recognition, to old money, is not a reward. It is a risk they have spent generations learning to avoid. Here is the part that should genuinely unsettle you. None of these mistakes require money to fix. They require restraint. Which means the gap between old money and new money was never really about the size of the fortune. It was about a completely different relationship to being watched. New money spent years chasing the moment when people would finally notice. Old money spent generations building the discipline to make sure people never had to. And that is the actual inheritance. Not the house. Not the trust. Not the name on the building. The inheritance is the instinct to stay quiet in a world that constantly begs you to perform. You cannot buy that instinct overnight. You cannot download it from a luxury handbag or a private members club. It is trained, slowly, across years of watching people who already have it and noticing what they never do. So the next time you walk into a room and feel the urge to mention the price, to show the logo, to raise your voice, to post the photo, ask yourself a different question. Not what would impress this room. What would this room need to never notice you at all? Because in old money, that silence is not absence. It is the entire performance. And now that you know what it looks like, you will never stop seeing it. If you caught yourself in even one of these, you're not alone, most people do. Subscribe for the next breakdown of the hidden rules old money never says out loud, and tell me in the comments which mistake hit closest to home.